All right, let's start over. Hey there, Detroit sports fanatics, and welcome to another edition of my Detroit Sports Show. Welcome to the Pistons edition of Taylor's Detroit Sports Show. My name is Taylor Phillips. The guest line is 646-478-4837. Again, that phone number is 646-478-4837. There was a connection problem here. For some reason, it might have twitched or whatever it did. I'm on Facebook, Taylor Phillips, Taylor Phillips' Detroit Sports page, and Taylor Phillips' Detroit Sports group on Twitter and Tumblr at DT2Phillips. I'm simulcasting on YouTube via Google, and I'm on LinkedIn as Taylor Phillips. So, just under 5 minutes in, just over 4 minutes into the show, as I reconnected successfully. So let's just get to the week in review. The Pistons had 2 games on hand. Last Monday, a week before tomorrow, they were playing the Washington Wizards. And it was pretty even until the Wizards outscored the Pistons 28-12 in the fourth quarter and got away with a 106-99 victory. And then the Pistons led 56-51 at halftime over the Grizzlies just earlier today, before they got outscored 28-11 in the third quarter and 33-17 in the fourth quarter. They were outscored by the Grizzlies 61-28 in the entire second half. Their head coach Maurice Cheeks just doesn't know what to do to keep them active and fully energized in the second half at home. It's raising too many questions. It's raising a lot of questions here. They always let up and back down in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter. And there's a big mystery to it. This is just like a complete virus, a complete second half virus. No matter what category they're good at or bad at, they just keep finding ways to self-destruct and lose. And I need your opinions. My question is, what are the Pistons doing wrong in the second half at the Palace? Are they getting too comfortable at the Palace? Is it their head coach Maurice Cheeks not being a good coach? Pardon me. Is their shooting accuracy vanishing into thin air? Are they running out of gas? Has the spark disappeared? All those kind of questions. All those kinds of questions. Just voice your opinion at 646-478-4837 on the phone. 646-478-4837. And recapping those games. Last Monday against the Washington Wizards, Greg Monroe had 22 points to lead the Pistons. John Wall led the Wizards with 29, and most Piston fans are blaming the coach for all those home losses, especially, and as well as those other two losses on the road the other previous week. And now the Pistons have dropped to 14-20, down to 8th place in the Eastern Conference and 3rd place now in the Central Division. The Bulls are ahead of the Pistons now. They are 14-18. The Bulls are in 6th place in the Western Conference and 6th place in the Eastern Conference. Check that. And 2nd place in the Central Division. The Pistons are starting to drop. This whole second half at home problem virus thing is becoming much bigger of a concern. Here, as I take a look at the numbers on the Wizards game at the Palace. Pistons outscored the Wizards 24-10 on the fast break. They out-rebounded them offensively 18-9. And they've outscored the Wizards in the paint 50-32. But they have turned the ball over 16 times. That's another one of the problems they're having. That the Pistons are having lots of problems. They're just having a problem with a lot of things. Are they passing the ball too many times? That's another question that could lead to turnovers right there. That could lead to turnovers right there. They need to shoot the ball more often than pass the ball. They're becoming a little too. In other words, I think they're becoming a little too teamish, playing a little too teamish. So with that, the Wizards sweep the home-and-home set there, and the Pistons had the next 5 days off before returning to action against the Memphis Grizzlies. Who are in last place in the Southwest Division, now 15 and 18. For the Wizards, they're in 5th place in the Eastern Conference and 3rd place in the Southeast Division. The Memphis Grizzlies are in last place in the Southwest Division and in the Western Conference. Apparently the fourth worst record in the Western Conference. And the Pistons let the Grizzlies just pound the Pistons 112-84. The Pistons turned the ball over only 11 times, which is 5 turnovers less than the Wizards game. The Pistons were out-rebounded 59-43 and 19-12 offensively. They were outscored in the paint by the Grizzlies 50-46. Greg Monroe led the Pistons with 19 points in scoring. Joe Lure led the Grizzlies with 23 points. The Pistons were shooting just 23.5% from three-point range and just 50% flat from the free throw line. Their free throw shooting woes continue to mount. Continue to mount, and this is a team that's not energized at all at home, and I don't think their head coach Maurice Cheeks is doing anything about it, and none of the Pistons' leading players like Chauncey Billups is doing anything about it either. Contavious Caldwell-Pope finished with 14 points in 27 minutes. He is their rookie right now. Andre Drummond, their center, added 15 points and 14 rebounds, which that was his 24th double-double of the season. Which leads the entire Eastern Conference. That is just amazing. Drummond got into a bit of foul trouble there, but anyway, Drummond Drummond's an all-star, in my view. And Andre Drummond picked up his fourth foul with 7:43 remaining in the third quarter and sat until the fourth quarter. Which is still kind of the right move, but still kind of questionable of a move. Kind of a questionable move by head coach Maurice Cheeks. So that's it. Again, my question for the night is: what are the Pistons doing wrong in the second half? Are they getting too comfortable? Are they getting too comfortable? Is it their head coach Maurice Cheeks? Is their shooting accuracy vanishing into thin air? Calling it 646-478-4837. Is it only a mental block? All those things. I think they're getting too comfortable in the second half. Or just running out of gas, or some kind of virus they have inside of themselves that they seriously need to remove. So coming up for the Pistons, they have off until Tuesday when they travel to Madison Square Garden. They're on a 3-game road trip, beginning with the New York Knicks on Tuesday at 7:30 on Fox Sports Detroit. Then the next day on Wednesday, they visit the Toronto Raptors at 7 on Fox Sports Detroit. And then on Friday, they're in Philadelphia. Taking on the 76ers at 7 on Fox Sports Detroit. Then they return home on Saturday to play the Phoenix Suns. That's at 7:30 on Fox Sports Detroit. All those 4 games are on the radio on 97.1 The Ticket in Detroit, WXYT. Taking a look at where their upcoming opponents stand in the standings. The Knicks are 11 and 22. In last place in the Atlantic Division. That is the fourth worst record in the Eastern Conference. For the Raptors, they lead the Atlantic Division at 16 and 16, and they're in 4th place in the Eastern Conference overall. The Philadelphia 76ers are 12 and 21 in 4th place in the Atlantic Division. Pistons are taking on 3 consecutive Atlantic Division opponents for the week, and then for the Suns, who visit the Palace this Saturday. The Suns are in 7th place overall in the West, 3rd in the Pacific Division at 20-12. That is a good record. Taking a look at the Pistons record at home, they're 6-12. They are 8-8 on the road. The Knicks are 4-12 at home, 7-10 on the road. The Raptors are 6-8 at home and 10-8 on the road. 10-8 on the road. The 76ers are 7-8 at home and 5-13 on the road. And finally, for the Suns, they are 12-5 at home and 8-7 on the road, just pretty decent. The Pistons right now have lost 4 straight games, and they have lost 7 out of their last 10 games. The Raptors are coming off a loss, but they have won 7 out of their last 10. The Knicks are 4-6 in their last 10. They're coming off a win. And the Philadelphia 76ers are 5-5 in their last 10. They've won 4 straight. And they're a hot team right now, are the 76ers. And for the Suns, 7-3 their last 10. They're coming off a win. And that is a complete look at the current NBA standings as we speak. Other games, other Detroit sports games besides the Pistons: Michigan held off Northwestern 74-51, as I may recall. Michigan is now 2-0, I think, in Big Ten play. And that's about it. 3 minutes left. I'm going to fill you guys in on NFL playoff scores if you want me to. The Colts came back from down 28 points to edge the Chiefs 45-44. The Saints edged the Eagles 26-25. With a game-winning field goal as time expired. The Chargers clobbered the Bengals 27-10. Bengals are now 0-8 in the playoffs recently. And that they have not won a playoff game in 23 years. And finally, the 49ers beat the Packers 23-20 on a Phil Dawson field goal as time expired. So that's what Lions fans would like to see. So That's all the ground I have to cover for tonight's Pistons edition of Taylor's Detroit Sports Show. Coming up Saturday night at not until 2 a.m. now, I will host the Red Wings edition right after the Wings take on the Kings in Los Angeles on the West Coast. So until then, this is Taylor Phillips signing off by saying TTFN, ta-ta for now.